So for everyone who's watching, this is In Lockdown with Tess. Some people call it Tess 1S. I remember someone called it Tess Chauke. It's Tess Chauke, a proud Tsonga girl. Tess is many things, as you'll come to realize as we talk. But one of the interesting things I found about Tess is that she loves plants and green stuff, which is what we saw on. Let me share the screen again. Tess, take me through what inspired. I know you like flower plants. I know you like nature, but what inspired the page?
What inspired the page? Okay, while you're talking about how I love green, I just realized I'm wearing a green polo neck. So weird. I swear it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't planned.
I don't believe that.
But what inspired the page? I've always been okay. First of all, my Tonga name is Shuluba. It means plants.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah, so my Tonga name already means like flower, plants, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always loved plants. When I was in Reza, I used to have fake plants. Well, because I couldn't afford the real ones. And then when I moved up, I could afford the real ones. And then last year I started a YouTube page. Yeah? Mm-hmm. And the YouTube page, I was like, I actually want to just show people, I want to talk to people about plants and show them where they can get plants. And I don't know where to look. Yeah. And then where they can get plants and how to take care of plants. And then, so that's what inspired the page. I love plants. So I was like, let me actually share my knowledge on plants. And it's also a section that's coming up in my gifting business.
Okay.
So there's going to be a plant section in my business. But I decided, instead of telling people about plants on my personal page, let me actually start a plant page where I'll share all my experiences with the plants that I have. Because I actually currently have about 17 of them in the house. Yeah. So I was like, actually, when lockdown started, I was like, let me actually put these plants in a room, document them, take them nice pictures, and actually get on with this page. Because, I plan that I'm actually going to have an online plant store together with my online gifting store. So I was like, let me actually first start with documenting the plants and teach people a bit about how to take care of plants, the different plants that are out there, which plants they can have for their bathrooms, lounges, and whatever. So that's what the page is about. So each and every plant, I've shared like a bit of a story of how I got the plant, who bought me the plant, why they got me the plant. And so eventually the sales haven't started now. It's still just a learning platform so that people can follow and learn about plants. And those who've never imagined themselves buying plants can maybe maybe one day get a plant, their first plant after being part of the Greens family.
Sure. That's interesting. You sound like you really like these green stuff. I'm going to share another screen. Me, I stalk people, I don't play. So as part of my stalking, I want to... So it seems like you really enjoy the greens and nature. And I know you are a hiker. I've got another image here. So Tess's Instagram is very interesting, guys, by the way. Tess1S on the gram. But I see here you do a lot of hiking, a lot of outdoor stuff, which is really cool. And I always wonder, for people like you, how are you managing during lockdown? We'll talk later about the other stuff that you do, the business and stuff, but you're never someone who sits still, you know? So now it's lockdown, you can't do much. And most importantly, you can't hike. I mean, here you're on the Hinnops hiking trail. I know you've gone to Magaliesberg and done all these crazy things. How are you managing to sit still?
Am I managing? I don't know. I don't know. Because number one, I'm not a fan of the gym exercises and jogging. So hiking is like my favorite form of exercise. And it also, I'm like a nature person. I like being around nature. So it's me being around nature and at the same time getting like a form of exercise. So I'm not coping. I'm actually hurt that I had this year on my plans for 2020, I had a plan to 12 hikes the whole year, like different hikes without repeating. So 1 hike a month. So April didn't happen. So I'm like 1 hike behind. So when we officially open, I'm gonna have to like maybe do 4 hikes in 1 month just to make the cut.
Just to catch
But
up.
yeah, just to catch up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm coping. The lockdown actually helped me with like just spending time with myself, reconnecting with myself, reflecting on so many things that I avoid when I'm like always busy on the run and always outdoors. So I guess I really needed this time. So yeah, it's
So what do you?
it's a break from.
No, you're
Sorry.
saying it's a break from?
The break from all the busy life of always being on the road, like yeah, just running around. 1 minute you're hiking, 1 minute you're doing gifts, 1 minute, yeah. It was just a time to reconnect with myself, and yeah.
What do you do? What keeps you busy outside of lockdown time? I know you're
Out of
Romina
lockdown.
talents, but some people don't know.
Okay, so I am a quantity surveyor by profession, or by day, as you like calling it. I'm a quantity surveyor by day, and a businesswoman all day.
Okay.
Not by night. Yeah.
All day.
I'm a quantity surveyor by profession, and I run a business called Romina Creatives, which specializes in gifting and all things creative.
Okay.
And yeah, I take care of my plants at the same time. That's what I do for a living.
So this is Romina Creatives' updated website. I know you recently updated it because now you have time. And it's really a wonderful thing. I encourage people to check it out. What kind of in fact, let's take a step back. What sparked the drive to start Romina Creatives? I mean, not many people know what QS is. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that. But QS and the creative space are quite different. What sparked you to go into a creative space of making, custom gifts, event coordination, spa arrangements, all that kind of stuff? But also to be a businesswoman. What inspired that?
First, you said I must say what QS is, right? So quantity surveying is a field in the construction industry. We are basically the accountants in the construction industry. We control the costs of construction, like the construction of buildings. So that's what I do. That's what I studied. And what sparked the starting of Romina Creatives is my love for creating things out of nothing. So I'm like a big DIY person, and I actually get that from my mom. So yeah, I get that from my mom. My mom likes recycling stuff, and yeah, she just changes everything to something. So I think that's where I get it. So that's what brought about Romina Creatives. So when I was in res, I even had like DIY stuff in my room. I'll change like a meat tray into like a photo frame, to put a frame and then put wool around it, and then it becomes a frame. I don't know if I still have pictures on my Instagram, but yeah. So I'm a big DIY person. So even with gifts, I really, really appreciated gifts that had like a bit of a thought behind them, instead of you buy me chocolates when you've never actually been interested in knowing, do I really like chocolates? So that's what sparked the starting of Romina Creatives. And also I just had a lot of people asking me what to actually get for their friends, their partners. And I was like, actually, this could be a business idea. Like I always have like these nice ideas of what to give people. If like, someone loves soccer, get them a T-shirt with their name or their favorite soccer, like the soccer player. So yeah, that's what sparked the starting of Romina Creatives. And what else did you ask me?
Just like navigating that space. I mean, you're not from a business background per se. It's not like you studied commerce or anything. And now you're in a competitive industry and you're doing well. I've seen your work and it's brilliant. And a lot of people ask about it. So how do you navigate that space? What gives you the liver to say, I'm going to go into this space and I'm going to take up space and I'm going to do good work? Where does that come from?
For me, Romina Creatives is like, it's actually part of who I am, and part of it. It really actually doesn't feel like effort at all. It's like part of who I am. So every day when I think of something to keep the business exciting to the customers, it's like it's part of something I would do outside of having a business. So it comes easy. So I'm one person that actually likes, you remember when we were still in Housecom together, like if we had an event, I had to like come up with something crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like, so that thing of having to come up with new ideas really excites me. So that's what actually keeps my business going, because it gives me like a creative space to just be myself. And the things that I come up with, they actually part of who I am and part of what I enjoy doing. So with having started Romina Creatives, it was like just creating a platform for myself also to just express my creativity in a form of a business, or also while making money from it.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then also with the network that I've built since, I don't know, since high school, varsity, it was quite easy to like get maybe an audience to present my creativity to. So yeah, even like getting followers to follow the page, getting people to promote the page on my behalf, and posting about it and spreading the word. Yeah, that's how I've been. And also, I think I get most of my business knowledge from when I started the business. I used to like go to a lot of they call it seminars, but I call them networking events. So I used to like be sitting and, okay, I actually need to know how to actually run a business. But Google is not giving enough information. I don't like reading much on the internet. So maybe let me Google talks or networking events that I can attend where they're talking about the things that I want to know. So yeah, I used to, 2017 when I started the business, I used to go to a lot of those events. And being a friends person, being a friends person, I actually decided I'm actually just going to take this journey and not hold it back if some of my friends can't go with me. So I used to go to like a lot of these networking talks when I initially started the business. But as the business grew, I didn't have time to go to most of them. So I would attend like an event where women meet and talk about business things, and that's where I get like most of my knowledge. I've never done a business course. Actually, I did it last year. I did a course called Building Entrepreneurship. Also, that gave me a bit of knowledge around the whole entrepreneurship journey. But 2017, where I attended like a lot of networking talks, 2018, 2017, that's where I learned so many of the skills and the things I know. Because yeah, they plug you to like the best things. How to invoice, where to get the invoicing apps to use, how to not necessarily step by step, but they share their entrepreneurship journeys and you learn from that. So that's how I've paved my way in this business world.
So you kind of like immersed yourself in the space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really brave. Your work by day, construction, or being the accountant of construction, your work by night, creating products that are specific and personalized for people. That's all stuff that happens out in the world. And now you're being forced to stay at home. How's the lockdown affected you from a business perspective? So your ability to do work, both your day work and your night work, but also how has that made you feel not being able to, so basically having to make the adjustment from the normal going out to the office or, you know, delivering stuff to your clients, and now having to try and continue as normal, but under different circumstances?
Okay, so with my work, my day-to-day job, we've actually stopped completely. We're not working at all.
Sure.
So from March, we were not working. Which is what's this? So we were not working from the 26th. When did it start? The 26th of March until I'm only going back to work tomorrow, the 4th of May. Yeah. So it was like a big break. It was a big break. And it came with no work, no pay, actually.
Wow.
But I was like, actually, okay, sharp, that's a bummer. But at the same time, I feel like I've always needed I've always needed time to work on things I can't do while going to work in my business.
Mm.
So while going to work, I would like maybe when I have like a leave day or off sick, and I'm like, actually, if I could get a month off work, I would do so much to improve my business.
Wow.
So I was like, actually, sharp, no work, no pay, that's fine. But I feel like it's actually a good thing for me. It's like it's a benefit for me in improving my business and getting to learn the things I wanted to learn with improving my business. Like with the website, I got time to check the old website and rework it again, and collect all the information that I've been getting from customers, because some people would struggle to find things on the website. So it gave me time to rework on the systems I use in the business. And also because I'm looking into, maybe outside lockdown, I'm looking into having someone to help me while I'm at work, to help me with the admin. So I got time to work out on the system, like create a system that's actually going to work with adding a person into the business. So it actually gave me a lot of time to work on the things that I couldn't do while going to work. So on a positive note, it was good.
Yeah.
But on the no work, no pay, bad, but I'm not complaining.
Yeah. You've got this thing called Friends of Romina, basically people who associate or affiliate with the business. What can the Friends of Romina look forward to post-lockdown? I know you're one of those people who you wake up early, sleep late, always on the grind. So I know you've been brewing something for the Friends. What can people look forward to in terms of maybe products or services, maybe things that they can order now for post-lockdown?
I think we can also call level 4 post lockdown, because we're back, we're operating again.
Oh, nice.
The government has allowed us to actually offer essential services for winter, as winter is approaching. So they can look out for winter wear, branded obviously with a personal touch to them, good quality. Yeah, and also with the website being updated now, something that's coming up in this year is an online store to make life easier. So after this website, just after a few months after lockdown, we are going to have an online store to make life quite easier. And you also asked me, how have I been dealing with doing orders now during lockdown? So we weren't actually working with that. No orders were being delivered to customers. But during the course of the lockdown, I had like a 10% off all items.
Nice.
For orders that are placed during lockdown. So that was the only thing that I was doing, and all the orders that were placed during the lockdown will only be delivered now on level 4.
Okay.
With the essential services, yeah.
That's dope. A mask's part of that. I just shared a screen on your Instagram page. I'll share it again. Were you wearing a personalized mask?
How much talking did you do? My goodness.
Don't worry. This mask is dope, and I think so. It's become legislature now for people who don't know that you have to wear a mask when you leave the house. Is Romina for the community?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can people order? Can they send you DMs on Gram? Because those masks are dope.
Yes.
Myself.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Also, that's also part of adapting, deciding not to die, but adapting to the new ways, like where Corona has put us. So yeah, people can order masks. So the slogan for the mask is "Stay safe but keep it classy." So stay safe but keep it classy.
Yeah.
So you have the mask with your name on it, or your company brand, or your personal slogan, or whatever you want to have on the mask. So yeah, they can order, they can DM on the business page, personal page, WhatsApp, website, any form of communication they can order.
That's beautiful. Tess, one last question. What would your message for South Africa be? We've lived through a difficult time, and it seems like things are moving forward in the right direction. If I take a page out of your book, you used this unfortunate situation to become productive. You saw it as a blessing, and directed that energy into positive energy. that has fed into your business and has made so much growth. I remember in a private conversation, you're telling me how much you've been able to read and research. So that's such a positive. I consider you an influencer of sorts, and I think you're
Okay.
so, what kind of influence or what message would you give to the average South African given the period that we're in?
Average South African. I would say we actually need to stop looking forward to things going back to normal, and get ready for change. Like this whole lockdown was actually preparing us for change. Things are not going back to normal. We should use this period to prepare for change. Like life will not be the same as it was before the lockdown. So we should use this time to just prepare for change and how we want our lives to be after this lockdown, and just use it to connect with yourself and reevaluate your values, your core values, the things that you want, your goals, your plans, your friendships, and where you actually want to see yourself in 5 years, considering this is the new life. This is the new norm. And also, I was having a conversation today with a friend, and we're talking about how, like, who's actually going to be more affected, like when this is done, when this is over. Well, saying it's over is like, like when everything is like not back to normal, but I don't know what to call it. What do we call this afterlife after Corona? What do we call it?
Exactly that.
I don't want to. I don't want to call it back to normal, because it's not. It's not going to be the same as before. Like it's complete. It's something new. It's something different.
Hashtag new normal. Maybe that's what we can call it.
The new normal. So you should prepare yourself for the new normal. If your maybe your coping mechanism was going out and clubbing, you might not see that for the next 8 months. So you need to like find new ways of having fun and entertaining yourself and connecting with your loved ones. Adapt or die. Basically.
So true. That's so powerful. That's really powerful. I don't like to finish meetings on a serious note, although I love powerful messages, and I think we need to allow it. It's almost like there's dust in there. We need to allow it to settle and sink in, because that's a really powerful message. Adapt or die. It's the entrepreneur's slogan, but I think it's relevant to all of us as South Africans. But before we finish, I just want to expose you one last time. So for those that don't know, Tess is a woman of many talents, and some people don't know that you are a singer or that you can sing. So Tess can sing. Here's a little something. Hey. I'll leave it there. Tess, I'm telling you, if it doesn't work out, if Romina doesn't work out, which it shouldn't, but let's say it doesn't, then make mashups. I'm telling you, that's the plug right there. And now, I'll find it. No, but thanks a lot for spending some time with me. I want to say I'm going to make you famous, but you're already famous by yourself. So there's no benefit to you. But for people watching, this is Tess Chauke, a really influential and wonderful friend. And I appreciate you spending some time in lockdown with me. Man, and all the best for the near future. Hashtag new normal.
Adapt or die. No, thanks so much for having me. And I am looking forward to the new normal, going back to work tomorrow. I'm gonna have to try and sleep early today. But going back to work tomorrow. But thanks so much for having me, Doc. Doctor by day, sometimes night, DJ by day, sometimes night. Doctor on decks, Thanks so much.
No, man, thanks for this. All right, let me